I know it was a tough game on Saturday, but maybe what was the overall takeaway defensively after watching the film?
I mean, we just got to play better, be more disciplined. We just got to get lined up to the stuff that they were giving us.
You excited for OSU?
Definitely. It's the next game that we have to play, so of course I'm excited for it. Bedlam's always a good game. It's going to be a crazy environment, so I can't wait for it.
What's kind of the message been from coaching staff today about moving on from Saturday?
Like you said, just moving on. I mean, we took a loss, but that doesn't define our season and how we've been playing the entire year. So like you said, just we got to move on and focus on this next game.
What's the best way to do that? How do you move on?
Just watch the film, correct what you got to correct, and like I said, just move on to the next game.
What does it mean to you to be part of the last Bedlam?
It's the last Bedlam, but for us it's just the next game. It's the next game that we have to play. Like I said, Bedlam's always an exciting game. Wish it would be played more in the future, but like you said, it's the last one. But definitely just excited for it.
You got any good memories of the last few you've played in?
Yeah, I mean, the last time we went to Oklahoma State, we lost. So, we gotta, I guess, get that win back. But we're not too much focused on the last time we played there. A few times that I've played them, we've won. So,
For the younger guys, like how you're preparing them for that environment.
Just like the Texas game, it's a rivalry game. So, you just gotta let them know how the game's gonna be, what the environment's gonna be like, and just have extreme focus and make sure they're focused.
Coach Gundy said that today that he doesn't feel like it's really much of a rivalry amongst the players. Do you feel that amongst this team, or just?
I wouldn't say much for the team, but I know for me, anytime I hear rival, that's how I take it. So, just like I said, just like the Texas game, for me, anything that has the word rival behind it, that's how I treat it.
Last year's team, you guys would lose a game, and maybe that would lead to the next week a bad performance. What's different maybe about this group and the leadership among your group of bouncing back after that?
Just like if you make a bad play in the game, you just got to have a one-play mindset. So for us, I think we just got to take it that way. We lost, but like I said, it doesn't define our season and how we've played up until that point. Kansas, they came out and they were the better team on Saturday, and we just got to move on.
You've played a lot of football. You've been through some tough losses, a tough season last year. How much of a leadership role have you taken this week of moving on?
Like I said, just making sure guys are focused and not too much worried about what happened last week, and we just got to keep our eyes ahead and just making sure that's the game plan this week.
What do you think of the receiving core, their passing game with Presley and things?
I think they have some really good receivers. I'm not sure the names, but I know their numbers. 17. I know he had a big performance last week. They have Gatien, kind of bigger receivers, and Presley. He's always been a guy for him. I know a couple of years back he ran a kick return back on us. So he's an electric receiver. So can't wait to play these guys.
They have a bigger running back too. He's been playing pretty well too. What difficulties does that present to you guys? Tackling him.
We just gotta make sure we wrap up and make sure we kill the engine, kill his legs. Make sure we're not tackling too high. Like I said, just gotta kill the engine.
What do you anticipate?
Alan Bowman are practically polar opposites in terms of mobility. What's the adjustment from that to
I didn't even get the question because
I'm saying with Alan Bowman and Jason Bean, polar opposites in terms of how they play. So how does it feel like adjusting to him and his pocket presence and stuff like that?
Just making sure we're doing the right things that we need to do in order to, like you say, he's a pocket passer, but he can't run the ball. He has the ability to run. But we just got to make sure that we're doing everything right and just making sure we're standing in the right gaps, and just as far as coverage goes, just making sure we're covering our men and covering our zones.
What are you anticipating the atmosphere being like on Saturday?
I feel like it's going to be a great environment. Every time I've been, it's always been a great environment. They're going to have their paddles going, and the fans are going to talk a lot. So just can't wait for it.
And what are some things you do as a defense to make sure the loud atmosphere doesn't stop the communication? You guys can all be on the same page.
Like you said, we just got to over-communicate. Any chance we get, if we see something, just yell it out and make sure we're giving the signals and right-hand signs that we need to give.
As a team going into this week, is there anything you plan to do differently as opposed to last week?
No, not at all. Taking the same approach, just making sure we're caught up in our game plan and doing the right things that we need to do to win.
Do you feel like the defense has been maybe less physical the last 2 weeks than you played against Texas?
don't feel like we've been less physical. I just feel like maybe we took a couple plays off here and there, and we're just not doing the right things that we need to do on the field to make plays.
What's it take to kind of turn that around and get back as focused as you were in the first half of the year?
I would say the leadership in each room, whether it's the corner room or the linebackers room, and then really just everybody on the defense who's a leader, just making sure we're doing the right things to make sure everybody's focused on what we have ahead of us.
There's a lot of emotion coming out of that Texas game, and then you guys had a bye week, and then you guys put out 2 games that weren't your best games. Was there any kind of connection there, any kind of thread that comes from that Texas game? You guys maybe had confidence that was misplaced or anything like that?
I'm not really sure. I know for me, I take the same approach to every game. Like you said, we just didn't perform as well as we could have the last two games, and we just got to pick it up.
What do you said on the flight back home Sunday or on Saturday? Some veteran guys stood up and had a message. What was their message on the flight back home?
I mean, like I said, just we got to take it 1 week at a time. We lost the game, but like I said, that doesn't define our season. And I mean, that's what guys were preaching on that plane ride, and we just got to pick it up this week.
Thanks, Woody.
Appreciate it,
Thanks,
Woody.
Woody.
Yes, sir.
Have a good game.